So we're on the home stretch now for our Petrified Forest hike. And I get a late start every day, so I didn't actually break camp until about 9:30 or 10 o'clock. But we're on this stretch that every step that we take is just getting us closer to home. And so it seems like it goes pretty fast. That, and over in the distance, that shallow blue mesa that you could see there, that's where the visitor center's at. And so, you know, it's really felt like one of the safest places that I've ever gone backcountry before, because there's like no animals out here. There's no concerns about, you know, where you put your food or where you cook at night and stuff like that. There's just no water. So that sort of threat doesn't exist. And then for the most part, you know, within a couple of, you know, maybe 100 yards down any one of these side canyons, you know, as you pop out, you could see the visitor center again. So with that sort of, you know, relative proximity to safety, it's really felt like a difficult place to get lost. It's felt like a place that I can keep my bearings without referencing a compass or GPS all the time. And it's really been enjoyable. It's been kind of funny too, because up on that mesa, there's a street, and it allows you to, you know, kind of circle the mesa and take a view of the painted desert in all these directions. And just a moment ago, I saw a car up there, and I thought to myself, I guess that'll be what life is like in just a little bit, where there's cars and that stuff again. And you know, this has been a really good thing, though, to be out here and be in this quiet area and not have to worry about the day-to-day grind. And just been a beautiful thing to enjoy. Trying to get in close here to the shade so Kiwi can enjoy this a little bit. Here's my little hiking buddy. But another beautiful day here in the painted desert. I don't know, the nighttime temperatures have been pretty chilly. They seem to carry a breeze pretty much the entire time. So, you know, it was maybe in the mid-20s, but breezy. And I just stayed out on my tarp. I've really been enjoying watching the stars. We were a little overcast last night, and the moon's also been out. We're at a, what is it, waxing gibbous right now. I mean, we're almost full, so we're getting a long night full of light. And, you know, I haven't had to use a headlamp at all. I've been able to negotiate the entire night without it. And the stars, though, out here are just something else. You know, there's 88 formally recognized constellations, and then there's all these asterisms, which are parts of constellations. Like the Big Dipper is an asterism. It's part of the constellation that's called Ursa Major, and the Big Dipper is just a small part of that. And so, you know, some of those real prominent stars were out last night, and I was able to see Orion coming up overhead. And, you know, it's stuff like that that I really enjoy. You know, it's nice to do things that are simple and kind of rustic or, you know, traditional. And I think, you know, sitting around and watching the stars is something that, you know, all of our ancestors would have done. And it's something that makes us feel connected and like we're part of this place. And I really like that feeling. We're getting down to bare bones in terms of water weight. I have 1.5 liters left, and we got about 5 miles to go. So it's going to be tight on water, but that's what we thought it was going to be. Here's some more of that glassy stuff. That's what we thought it was going to be. And hopefully by the time I get there, I'm empty. It means I planned my trip correctly. However, if I was being safe, I would have had more water. I got to get another bladder. I had 3 or 4 water bottles. I had a canteen. That's one of those Spanish style leather canteens. I got a 3-liter hydration pack. But you know, when you're trying to carry as much water as you can going into the backcountry, you know, it's never too much. You know what I mean? You know, had there been some incident and Kiwi and I got holed up for an extra day, it would have been tight on water. And that's why it's so important that you try to pack extra. So, you know, we will leave with the perfect amount for the trip, but probably should have erred a little bit safer. Anyway, we're walking straight towards the visitor center again. And it's just so cool, you know, every step we take, it's getting us closer. And at this point, you know, those trees are starting to be pretty visible up there. And kind of want to go hug a tree when I get up there. Yeah, I've been enjoying the little shade that we have out here, but that shade is, you know, due to the hills and along these cut banks here of the creek, or these dry washes. But it's few and far between. It's not a whole lot of shade once the sun comes up. So, you know, that's one of those I don't want to say life-giving things, but one of those nourishing things that a tree gives us. You know, it gives us that shade, and you know, can drop it 20 degrees in the desert, and you know, 20 degrees is a lot cooler, makes that feel a lot more manageable, really comfortable. Every once in a while, as you see, I'm walking in the wash here, we'll go over some of that gypsum. That's that glassy stuff. And I was investigating it yesterday to see if it was calcite, and I don't think so. Calcite would have like a 60 and 120 degree cleavage faces. Those are the planes that the mineral, the crystal will want to break at. And I don't see that at all in this stuff. And so it's making me think it is that gypsum. And calcite's also an evaporite mineral. So, you know, it's not that you couldn't find it out here. But I think we would need a limestone-rich source to be able to get that calcite. And I feel like gypsum is also a calcite mineral, but I can't really remember. I want to say it's got a SO4 to it. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling about chemical formulas. None of that is important for this hike. And that's a good thing to remind yourself of. You know, sometimes the only thing that's important is the stuff that's right here, right now. And not remembering a person's name, or you're trying to tell a story, or, you know, not remembering the town or the place or the name of the trail. none of that really matters. You know, it's the sentiment, it's how you feel, it's what this place does for you in terms of, you know, the emotional growth, and the specifics don't really matter, I guess. We found this nice big cliff yesterday, this cut bank here, and we sat there for a couple of minutes enjoying the shade. It was maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon when we found it yesterday, so that shade was casting a bit further, but looks like we'll have some nice spots up here to sit and rest and take a breather. We'll catch up with you later.